you're listening to the Mac and T Show podcast. Here are your hosts, Ryan Mackay and T Davis.
What time is it?
It's time for the Mac and T Show.
What time is it?
I said it's time for the Mac and T Show.
Welcome back to the Mac and T Show podcast. T, it is officially March Madness.
It seemed like it's been March Madness for a while. I mean, I know we've been in March, but I saw so many. Let me just go ahead and give a shout out because I don't even pay no attention to my home team ever. UTC Chattanooga Moccasins had they won the Southern Conference, SoCo, and they won in dramatic fashion with a last second buzzer beater. The young man he shot over like 2 or 3 people, nothing but net. It was pretty much half court, just maybe a step or two, not even 2, but probably a step and a half over half court, drained the 3. And now they going either to the, well, you probably saw it already. I don't know. Did they get into that playing game to get in, or did they actually get a seed?
Let me see. Did they make a playing game? I really don't even know. Oh, they did. They made us. They a 13 seed.
So they don't have to play in.
They are in it.
So who they got to get beat up out of? Gonzaga or somebody?
They are playing Illinois in the first round.
Okay. So yeah, what's that? 2 seed?
4 seed.
4 seed, 4-13. Okay. Oh, it's 2-15.
Yes.
1-16. Okay. So I was just shout out to them, and then it was another. Well, Kentucky had the buzzer beater for the women, and then I feel like it was a couple more, but anyway, March Madness started. It started. It's been some close games. Was it Richmond? It wasn't a buzzer beater. They had a chance. Richmond.
Rich what?
Don't do that. Richmond. Who did they play?
This is the men.
Yeah. Richmond, Norfolk State, Virginia Tech, all of them got in.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, I see y'all out here in the VA out here winning. Go home first round.
Congratulations to Richmond. Y'all are playing Iowa in the first round, and Iowa is on a roll right now. So good luck to you.
That's one of the few games that I watched, and I would just like to say, I like number 15, the twin.
Yeah.
He's so smooth. But I didn't think they ran enough of their offense through him, but he real smooth. What's his classification? Okay, well.
Bad.
I mean, not that he can't leave whenever, because he already done played 1 year, but
yeah.
Look, is it Keegan or Chris? I don't know. I just know he's 15. Okay, apparently he Keegan.
Yes, that's Keegan Murray. Lord, I didn't realize they was 6'8". Yeah, sophomore.
So, was he good last year? Do you know?
I don't remember Iowa. I don't remember anything about Iowa.
He just blossoming into himself. Keegan and Chris.
I don't want to say that they wasn't. I just,
Chris ain't as good as Keegan.
Well,
and one left hand, Chris is a lefty and Keegan a righty. Well, at least in shooting, you know how that goes. Like LeBron a lefty in all things except shoot the basketball. So, I guess since we're talking about the men's turn basketball, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess we just go ahead and start with the men's bracket. Sorry, ladies, we'll do you next.
Saying the best for last.
Yes. So I figured we'd just go piece by piece out. We'll kind of call it out. And I figured what we could do was we could fill out the Mac and T Show picks as we go along.
Child, I have nothing to offer in this.
That's fine. We'll be all
Okay.
right. You know enough. You know enough to offer some feedback. So in the West, our 116 matchup is Gonzaga and Georgia State. I guess you were okay with me picking Gonzaga to win that
Yeah.
one. Let's see. At 8-9 matchup, it will be Boise State and Memphis. Hardaway and them have got it figured out since they let Imani Bates go. They struggled early on in the season because he just couldn't. Him and Penny just seemed like they couldn't gel too well, and they let him go, and things
And the
have turned
kid,
around.
one of the kids.
One of the best recruits
Lord.
in the nation, but he was not willing to be a point guard. Apparently, is the word I heard.
Well, what he thought he wanted to be?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
So right now he's a man without a team. But anyway, Memphis, I'm gonna pick them. I don't know anything about Boise State. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
It's in Kentucky.
Uh, I,
No, it ain't. That's not. I'm
uh,
thinking of
uh,
No, I'm
and
thinking of the other. What's the other B team?
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. Yeah.
Yeah, Boise State would be in
Boise out.
Idaho
Yeah.
for anyone that
Yeah.
is geographically inclined. Uh,
Yeah. No, I was thinking.
I know
Bowling
I
Green for
got you.
some reason.
5-12 matchup: UConn and New Mexico State. No upset here in the 5-12. I'm gonna go with UConn. Um, 4-13. We got Arkansas and Vermont. I gotta go with the SEC. Then we come to our first playing game. It's 6 Alabama will play against either Rutgers or Notre Dame.
Whatever. Alabama.
Yeah.
Why is that a playing game?
3-14 matchup. Texas Tech, the most boring team in the nation, but they get it done against Montana State. I'm gonna go with Texas Tech
Why you say they born?
just because the way they play. They play that Virginia style of ball where it's defensive, defense, defense. It's not a lot of scoring,
Okay.
and they slow it down, and uh, Michigan State and Davidson in the 7-10 matchup. We'll go with the Spartans. And even though there was some people on ESPN saying that it could possibly happen, the Duke Cal State Fullerton 2-15 matchup, I am not picking an upset because I've been burned too many times before trying to pick
Not with
silly
Duke.
upsets.
It
Uh-uh.
might be in another number two, like where Auburn playing Jackson State. Well, they should beat them. But go ahead.
So let's see. Going down to the East, the 116 is Baylor and Norfolk State. Baylor, North Carolina and Marquette in the 8-9.
We all know who you picking on that.
I like the Tar Heels. 5-12 matchup we have St. Mary's against Playing Game. I think that's Wyoming and Indiana. I'm going with St. Mary's because they have given Gonzaga fits this year, and I just like that they're a 5 seed. And I want to see them in my next matchup that I'm picking. 4-13 UCLA versus Akron. UCLA because I want to see that UCLA St. Mary's matchup. Uh, 6-11 Texas against the ACC champion Virginia Tech.
Upset.
Yes, we're going with the
Hokey
Hokies.
hokey high.
Hokey high. Sorry, Clark. 3-14 matchup. Purdue against Yale. Purdue all day long.
Man, hold on.
Louisville.
Pause.
Okay.
Purdue. Okay, I don't want to call him Yao Ming because it's something like X or Z. I think it's something Z, but it's probably spelled XY, something like that. ZI. Anyway, that young man is huge.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He like 7 feet, 290. Okay. He was like 250 for real. And he hit the backboard yesterday. This was the one game that I actually paid attention to. I ain't watch all of it, but I was paying attention and watched the first and the last. He hit the backboard like somebody had shot fake. The whole thing was shaking. I was like, "What in the world?" And they said he's 7. I thought the man said 7'4". I'm not sure.
7'4" from Toronto, Ontario,
Two
Canada.
250 something pounds. And I was like, Canada? Anyway, go ahead.
That's what I look. As soon as I read it, I said the same thing in my head, but I let it go.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, because I was like, what? Well, he look like he Asian, but go ahead.
Zach Edey, yes indeed. Him and Jaden Ivey, a 1-2 punch. That's gonna be trouble. So we're going with Purdue there against Yale. 17 game Murray State in San Francisco. Going with Murray State because this team, boy, they rebound and they defend, and that helps you in tournament time. And if they had a Ja Morant,
I was about to say that's Jaws boys.
if they had a Ja Morant
Old
type of
stomping
guard
ground.
with the way their post players are this year, this team could be nasty. But let's see, they'll play against Kentucky because I don't see St. Peter's winning that. Then we go up here to the South region. Arizona against the playing game. I'm not even going to bother telling you who's in the playing game because Arizona's going to win that. Seton Hall and TCU in the 8-9 matchup. Ooh, that's a tough one. Let's go with Seton Hall.
I ain't seen them.
Houston UAB, Andy Kennedy led Alabama Birmingham to the tournament first time in many years. Congrats to AK, but he's going home. Illinois Chattanooga. What we gonna do here? We're gonna pick UTC in the
No,
upset.
we not.
We're not. We're going to stack. Okay.
I ain't seen Illinois, but that UTC got the one kid. I think it's something like Baptiste, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that they've been upset nobody.
Okay, a fighting
Good luck though,
around
y'all.
6-11 matchup pits Colorado State against Michigan. I'm gonna say that Juwan and them pull this upset out.
And is this an upset if they beat them?
I don't know. I wouldn't call it.
Michigan must not been playing well because they're 11. That's a low seed, but go ahead.
Tennessee and Longwood and 314 UT.
That's another Virginia school. Go ahead.
Upset. If you don't mind, I'd like to pick this next upset. We have the 7-10 matchup of Ohio State
Think Chicago gonna get
and
them?
Loyola Chicago. I do.
All right, go with it.
I do. I really think that's
Villanova probably gonna come out of that anyway, so it won't be no loss.
There you go. So yeah, we just moving right along. Midwest. Kansas, bless the other two teams' hearts. San Diego State and Creighton.
I don't know nothing. I just know Creighton name seem more familiar around basketball, at least this time of year than them.
I'm gonna go with Creighton. Even though I saw San Diego State play recently, they were okay. But Creighton there, Iowa and Richmond.
Yeah, the Spiders gonna get it just crushed up on this one. Cause I don't know that they're gonna be able to guard the they got some good guards other than Keegan. Oh, now I know him like I know him.
Jackrabbits of South Dakota State in 13 take on Providence.
You remember when Providence used to be like a name brand? Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Providence. Ooh, I'm picking an upset in the next one though because
you think Iowa State gonna get LSU?
LSU is all kind of discombobulated at this point.
What done happened?
Will Wade has been fired after they lost to Arkansas. With the notice of allegations came out 2 days before that.
Oh Lord!
So yeah, he has been fired with cause and.
So they assistant coaches running the things.
Yes, and one of the assistant coaches that we both know, Bill Armstrong, that was at Ole Miss, he has been fired as well because.
I can't. But that's a hot mess. I need to look up on that one.
Part of the allegations is him making thousands of dollars of payments to play. Anyway, so yeah, they're
I
out.
thought you could do it, and I thought you could pay them now. Go ahead.
I
I'm
think the
sorry.
NCAA said this happened pre NIL,
We
so
need to grandfather this in. Go ahead.
we coming for y'all. Last one. Anyway, Iowa State with the upset there. Wisconsin and Colgate. Even though I love toothpaste, I always got to go with Wisconsin here. USC Miami. I'm gonna go with the Hurricane, and then Auburn just because.
HBCU in the building. Jackson State out here. Football did well. Now the basketball team don't won their tournament.
Oh yes, and the women sure did. Um, let's
So
see. Back to the West.
no, no,
We
no, no. We're not going all the way through, Brian. Let's go when the next Brown one on Monday.
Oh no, this is for the tournament challenge. I forgot to be more specific.
Oh, okay.
This is for the tournament challenge. So yes, we would have to push all the way through for our picks to matter. So back to the West.
Oh, this is
Gonzaga.
gonna take all day.
Now we finna fly through this. Gonzaga and Memphis. We can go to Zags.
Is
UConn,
Gonzaga
Arkansas.
good? Cause they keep being good and don't win nothing.
I think that they're expected. A lot of people expect them to
It's a
be in the
trick.
Final Four this year, but I
They ain't
think
gonna make it.
no,
Go
no, I
ahead.
think they could be upset. And let's see, UConn and Arkansas. I'll go with Arkansas, even though I think UConn defensively could get them some trouble. Alabama, Texas Tech. I'm gonna go with. Actually, I
We
think
roll with Alabama. I like hold on, I feel like they had one kid that I thought was good.
I think Alabama. They have been up and down this year, but I think they could take that. Michigan State and Duke. Boy, it's a classic matchup. I'm going with Duke. Down to the east. Baylor, Carolina, Baylor. St. Mary's, UCLA. It doesn't matter because Baylor's going to win the next game in my mind. So I'm going to pick
Is
St.
St.
Mary's.
Mary's they got the
They're
lady?
very. No, that's Loyola Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The Hokies and Purdue. Bye, Hokies. I hope y'all had a nice run. This next game could get ugly.
Yeah,
The
Purdue
state of,
good side defensively. They gonna be a tough out.
so Kentucky and Missouri and Murray State. That'll be a battle. The state of Kentucky will be glued to the TV. I'm gonna pick Kentucky.
Kentucky too athletic, I think.
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
And so going up here to the south, Arizona gonna beat Seton Hall. Houston will beat Illinois. Tennessee, which I think can make a huge run, will beat Michigan. Villanova will take out our Ramblers. Kansas and Creighton.
What you acting like that's a debate?
Kansas moving on. Iowa, because I think Iowa's gonna take Kansas out in the next round. Uh, Illinois State and Wisconsin. The Badgers too big and too burly. Miami and Auburn. Got to go with Auburn. All right, now we are in the Sweet 16. Gonzaga and Arkansas. Go to Zags again.
Upset alert.
Alabama and Duke. We're gonna go with Alabama. Then down the bottom got East, Baylor and St. Mary's, Baylor. Purdue and Kentucky. I got Purdue. If for no other reason, because I just want to see them keep going. Arizona and Houston. I think this is a toss-up because I think Houston is very athletic and can defend. Arizona's playing really good right now. I'll let you be the coin flipper. Who you want?
I ain't saying nobody, Brian.
Let's go. Let's go upset here. No. Let's go Arizona and then Tennessee for the upset of Villanova. That's what we'll do. We'll come down here. Iowa gonna upset Kentucky, Auburn. Gonzaga and Alabama. Could this because Alabama beat them once already this year?
I about to say I don't think Gonzaga. Yeah, I think it's gonna
Man,
be Alabama, Arkansas. But go ahead. No,
we
not
got
Arkansas. Who I said that was gonna be upset them?
so
Anyway,
we got Alabama. Then I picked
Alabama. Yeah, let's
Purdue
take
to
them.
beat Baylor,
I think this is the team that had. Go ahead. I'm
and I'm
looking
gonna
up
go
their
with
roster.
Tennessee. Even though yeah, I'm gonna go with Tennessee to beat our Arizona, and then I'm gonna go with ooh Iowa, Auburn, Iowa, Auburn, Iowa, Auburn. How
Auburn.
did you like Iowa? What did you think about Iowa?
Oh, that's gonna be a hard. That's gonna be a last second game. Iowa good, but Auburn pretty solid. Hmm.
And they have a
Who played a
Tennessee,
better defense?
Iowa.
Oh, that might be the nail bite. That might be
Yeah,
the
we'll go with
piece.
Iowa. So final four, we have Alabama, Purdue against Tennessee, Iowa. we we gonna mess around. I'm gonna do
Tennessee
Purdue.
gonna find a way to lose.
Well, they've been playing so good right now,
Oh well, maybe they won't.
and people are acting like they have a shot to if they got it going, they can make a run. I'm gonna go Purdue, Tennessee, and then let Purdue be our national champion. Final score, we'll say it was 75-73. Submit picks. All
Part of
right.
the tough time that Purdue had yesterday was when, soon as they said they had beat that team 2 times, I was like, it's gonna be hard to beat them 3 times
All right. Now we move on to our women.
in that Iowa game.
And lucky for you, I've already got our women's bracket filled out.
Looking for me, I don't know nothing.
That
Who?
one.
Look, let me see who in there. South Carolina. We're gonna take them to the Final Four. Look in my
Yes.
mind.
So yeah, South
Stanford and
Carolina.
South Carolina
Our final
for the
four for the
championship game.
women.
I just killed a whole bunch of brackets. Go ahead.
Our final four for the women, as currently constructed. Let me just move some things around here.
Did I get it right? Is it Stanford and South Carolina in the
Well,
Final
I
Four?
have South Carolina, NC State. I have NC State beating Stanford, but Stanford could very
Hmm.
well beat them. I just did that because I wanted to see NC State in the championship game. Let's see. Where was I? I have more upsets than I thought I would in the women's bracket.
Did you put Florida upset UCF? I don't even know if that's an upset. That's yeah.
I
That's a
didn't.
horrible. I wish they
I
hadn't put them in
didn't
there.
because
Oh, they
of
got the kid that's injured. Never mind. I don't know
right.
that
That
they're gonna
if
beat
she
them.
was playing,
Yeah.
I would have picked Florida. But with her out, that hurts. So
Yeah, you're right.
I have NC State defeating South Carolina 78-76 in the championship game. South Carolina, Louisville on one side of the Final Four, and Stanford, NC State on the other. Yeah, but there are some very, very interesting matchups that could possibly come about.
SEC got 17s in this year.
hmm Iowa, South Carolina, if that happens in the elite, I guess that'd be the Sweet 16. That'll be a heck of a matchup because
Oh,
Caitlin Clark
that's the young lady that I never
is
can remember her name.
Caitlin Clark.
Did you
The
see her
right,
commercial? Now
I
I could be
didn't.
wrong because I can't really tell when she out of her jersey. She is getting a soda out of a drink machine. She's saying Coca-Cola, some Coca-Cola commercial. I think that's
Wow.
her. I was like, oh, they got these commercials. And I seen one male basketball player and one. I was like, you don't got you the big chick. Let me investigate further. Go ahead and talk about the Iowa.
uh,
What say
so
her name again?
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin.
And then, yeah, I just think that she's a special player. I mean, she's fixing to be the first person in NCAA women's basketball history to lead the nation in both scoring and assists if her stats hold up through the tournament. Let's see. Arizona being a 4 seed, it's kind of rough because I know how they're a 4 seed, by the way. They finished the season, which they were missing a key piece, Kate Reese, who dislocated her shoulder late in the year, but she is now back, so they'll be helpful. That'll be helpful to them. Let's see, Ole Miss. Even though it's going to be in Waco, I still think they can give Baylor some trouble in the second round.
Mm-hmm. Going
Belmont,
on the road is hard.
yeah, I know, so difficult, and Belmont against Oregon, that'll be a good matchup. I think if they play, even though it's going to be in Knoxville, and that'll be hard, I think Buffalo could upset Tennessee. Deja Fair, the guard from Buffalo, she's a talent.
I don't know. Tennessee, I wouldn't be surprised.
And depending on if the Hairston girl is back, I think she got hurt in the SEC tournament for Tennessee. If she's not back, that could be a problem for them. Let's see if Kentucky, Princeton. If they had not finished the season, the championship, and everything the way they did, and the way Kentucky's playing, I would have picked Princeton. But Kentucky playing so well right now, I got them roll.
Well, Ryan better to get it. Don't be out here playing no more now. You showed up for the SEC tournament. You better keep it rolling.
I'm gonna tell you what my bracket could just fall all the way apart.
Who is it?
NC State and Kansas State in the second round. If that girl from Kansas State, big girl, Ayoka Lee, she scored 61 points. She broke the NCAA record this year for most points in the game with 61. If she has one of those games and gets NC State's bigs in foul trouble, that could cause a problem. But I still think they have a shot to win that one.
Well, maybe it's not her, Brian. I can't find it. Maybe I don't know who that was in that. I know it's an
Was it?
athlete.
I'm gonna guess it was Paige Beckers if it was any.
Let me see a page. Lord, I'm saying all white girls look alike. Paige. Paige, what's her name?
Beckers, Bueckers.
Okay.
But I mean, and I also could mess up my bracket with UConn being the 2 seed in that region. They could, because they're back at full strength now, because Paige is back from her injury.
Well, maybe it wasn't an athlete at all. I thought that was a commercial with, because I was like, yes, it's about time. I thought it was well, maybe they don't play basketball. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, I get distracted.
You're fine. Yeah, but this first year they're having the playing games for the women, so they get the field of 68. Just like
Let's NCAA. Let's stop this. Let's stop this bracket to play in. That's just stupid. Either you played your way in, and you in or not. Just stop having these extra games for no reason. Now
and
these people don't. They probably won their conference, right?
some of them, yes.
Well, see, if you ain't win your conference, then no. Let's cut this. Let's go on back to regular 64 and stop trying to make more money. That's all
I,
y'all doing.
I have a feeling I already know what you're gonna say about this next comment, but it's also historic because it'll be the first time in history that the women are using the moniker of March Madness.
Don't nobody even know that they haven't been using it.
And like I said,
I was surprised when you said that. I was like,
people, like
oh,
I said, I know exactly what T would say, almost word for word.
didn't nobody know. Didn't nobody know, but I mean, I always just assumed it was March Madness because it was March Madness. Who knew, Brian? I ain't even really think I heard any women complaining about, oh, we don't get to use the March Madness thing on the court. Who paying attention to the court? It's March Madness. We know it's March. We know you in the big dance, and that's it. Come on, y'all. Do better. Get rid of this waste of time. 4 games.
It's the field of 136, as ESPN called it last night.
That ain't it. Let's let that go right now and go back to the old landmark.
All right, let's move on from the tournament as we will return to that as the games play on this week. Let's talk. I'll let you have the floor and give your talk on everything that's going on with the Florida football program.
Okay, hold on.
And if you want to
Hold on.
sprinkle in what happened this weekend with the Florida basketball program, you can sprinkle that in as well.
What happened?
Oh, I knew you. I was hoping that somebody would have called you.
Ain't nobody told me nothing.
Mike White.
Hold on, Georgia basketball to hire Florida basketball.
Oh,
What?
Mike White has done left y'all for the Bulldogs.
Let me tell you something, Mike White. Good riddance. Because one, you ain't do nothing for us. Going down there and ruin their
Oh, here we
program.
go. Here we go.
What Brian? And I like Mike because I met Mike when he was at Mississippi. Brian, good riddance. The writing was on the wall. He was probably gonna get fired anyway. He probably knew it because he hadn't done nothing. You tell me if I'm wrong. What had they done?
No, I mean he.
Okay, thank you. I was just wondering.
They, I
Well,
mean,
I was wondering if
they
I
made a
missed something.
tournament a couple times, but that in Florida, that a couple times don't get it for you.
And this is what I fail to understand is how can you be mediocre and then well, I guess that's a horizontal move and not necessarily a move up.
I think honestly, it's a better move for Mike because the pressure won't be there because
Why? Why not?
Georgia don't care about basketball the way Florida does in places like that. You
But
know,
now that the football team doing well, they're gonna be looking for other men's programs to do well.
I agree.
I don't know. Good riddance. I ain't gonna even say good luck because I don't want you to have no do well over there. Good riddance. But Florida football, Brian, Coach Billy don't hire like 10,000 people. I'm trying. I need to find the list of new hires. He got a offensive, defensive coordinator. You know the offensive line, the defensive line coach. Then for all those positions, it's like a analyst for like the offensive line, and then it's like a quality control. And then I was like, well, what's a quality control? And then like after he started hiring them, he had somebody that does the did he call it the Gator Army or the Gator Maid? I don't know. I ain't looked in to find out what Gator Maid is yet, and he might be trying to hold that on, keep that close to his vest. But Gator Maid, and I was like, okay, but I guess that's something that they gonna help the young man outside of the realm of basketball. Um, it should be interesting because apparently, at least Alabama, they've been had like all these trillions of coaches, and Florida has been behind. But I was like, what's an analyst? And then what's quality control? That's the person that look at the pill bottle and make sure the cotton ball. But apparently I already had read somewhere one of his former players or something talked about how he is like plays really, really like attention to detail, like it's his thing. Um, but with all these, I'm a defensive analyst for the linebackers, and I'm a get quality control, and I'm a personnel analyst. Have no idea what your job is, sir. Um, and I'm the director of research and evaluation, and I'm the personal analyst for the offense. Don't know what you do. Um, then it's just a regular wide receiver. And then I just the assistant athletic director recruiting strategy. That's a young woman named Katie. Now, apparently she was with him at Illinois. What was it? Louisiana Lafayette or
Lafayette.
something. And then she left him and went to Georgia. But when he got the big job, she came back to him. Then we got the director of player personnel. That's like we always had that kind of job. And then the director of player and athletic development, Brian. Hold on. Director of recruiting innovation, Brian. What are we doing? Assistant director of football operations, logistics, and analytics, Brian. Assistant director of football operations for quality control and assistant to the head coach, Brian. Assistant strength and conditioning. And then that's a regular job. And then he'll go another regular tight end. Director of player engagement and NIL. I don't know.
That was smart.
Assistant
They need to have that position because somebody
assistant
needs to be helping these children out in this.
assistant for player development. Director of on-campus recruiting and football events. That's this a young lady too, Bree Wade. Offensive analyst, Lord, I already talked about y'all these jobs we on. Director of advanced scouting and self-scout.
There you go.
And this man is like 100. Paul Pasqualone. I don't even know. I probably jacked his name up. Director of sports nutrition. Because I was talking to Larry. Shout out Larry. I said, ain't no way. I'm surprised he ain't had nobody for diet, And Larry was saying how they already had this. I was like, no, the way he's hiring, there's no way he doesn't do this for just football. Sure
Right.
enough, later on, here come Kelsey. She is nutrition for them. And then here we go, these quality control for defense, director of college personnel. Don't know what that means. Associate director for sports health for football. I guess he the head medical person. Senior director of player development and alumni relations. You see what is going right. Director
Oh, yeah.
speed improvement and skill development. How many jobs? Because remind you, most of these jobs, when what's his name was there, he had his offensive, all the defense coordinators, and you had your line coach, your running backs, he don't add like 50 other jobs.
Well,
These
hey,
quality control, these analysts. And what are the coaches doing now that they got recruiting people and quality control and what they do?
listen, they all have their own little responsibilities. So,
Here go another senior director of player relations and Gatorade. Now again, I hadn't found out what this Gatorade is, but this another he hired 3 women.
he did.
So I like that.
He is making the Democrats happy because he's creating jobs during the time of them being in charge.
He has made so many jobs, and then in the state where they down there acting like, yeah, I don't know what DeSantis doing, hollering at kids about wearing a mask, making them take the mask off.
They can't say gay down there no more.
Well, that's gonna run through the rest of the country if somebody don't get it under control. But yeah, Brian, I thought that I would like to share that we gonna have like for every player is two coaches.
As it should be. As it should be.
It should not. Where is all
That's
this
a
money
lot
coming
of.
from? Oh my goodness.
Look, don't be surprised if alumni start getting in the little papers in the mail monthly asking you to donate funds.
They better go on. Associate Director of Digital Strategy, another woman.
Oh Lord. And that's
Oh,
not.
and besides the nutritionist, I didn't see this hire. Football performance dietitian, which
There
is
you go.
very different from the nutritionist.
There you go.
I'm expecting great things because all this money we spent.
It better work out for him, Lord.
He got not this year, but next year. Associate Director of Creative Media and Football Recruiting. It's a lot. It's a way too much. I'm expecting some top 10 recruits. Recruiting class.
From a level of football where is just millions of jobs out there created. Let's go to the NFL where one such person will not have a job next season.
Oh my God, Brian.
Calvin Ridley suspended 1 season for gambling.
What are we doing in NFL? What are we doing? Now, y'all know y'all got rules against it. Okay, given. He knew the rules. Okay. He didn't bet against his team. And he only did it once. And you're going to suspend him the whole year. We got people out here. Go ahead.
This is just something funny that I saw on social media about this situation. Somebody had put out there that when Goodell steps up to the mic to announce the suspension, it's gonna say, uh, Roger Roger Goodell on behalf of the NFL, uh, brought to you by DraftKings and FanDuel.
Exactly. Like they got all these partnerships with them,
Yes.
and but I'm you give 3 games to a man for punching somebody. Oh, a
That's
woman.
the problem I
You
have
give
with it.
6 games to somebody for choking a woman, and then take it down to 3 games when he found not guilty. You give another 5 or 6 games to somebody for choking their wife and being abusive.
Mhm.
And you didn't do anything really to Urban Meyer out here just making the brand look bad if that's what we going with and the integrity of the game. And you didn't even look into the allegations that the Miami, either the owner or whoever, tried to pay $100,000 to the coach for every game he lost. That sounds like some kind of form of gambling to me. Um, so what are we doing? You talking about the integrity of the game when somebody's paying that own the team to lose?
Mhm.
And we're not gonna look into that. But you're gonna this young man did one thing, he wasn't even playing on the team.
No, and didn't even vote, and didn't even I mean, and didn't even gamble against his team, against or for his team. It wasn't even his game, his team's game.
So what are we doing? And
Yeah,
he wasn't even playing at the time.
no,
So
that's
what are we doing? I think it's gonna be. I think the pressure is gonna come on them, and they're gonna cut it. But do want to say, go ahead. You was gonna say something.
that was just I was just going to reiterate what you said about the whole beating of wives and spouses and all of that, and you get 6 games here, 7 games here, and we're gonna suspend somebody a whole season for gambling. I
One
mean,
time, Brian.
yeah, it's
And then
just
he ain't spent he didn't bet 150,000. He ain't bet 500,000. He bet $1,500
hmm that he
one
did.
time, and you know that that's all he did because y'all don't investigated it. Well, you suspended for the season. Oh, so we see where you stand. You don't care about women as much as you would like to act like you do. And if they bet and break the rules some kind of way, because again, they want to talk about the integrity of the game, but that man told you that owner or GM or whoever offered him $100,000 to lose games. What is that not dealing with the integrity of the sport?
I hope, bless it, and just for him, and Brian Flores, who we're talking about. I hope that Pittsburgh is successful while he's there, because if not, Lord have mercy, the media and everybody will come after him for all the flames he's thrown out there and all the things he said about his former team and the hiring processes of the NFL. And
I don't think they'll come after him because he's not the head coach and they don't really care about the assistants that much. And he don't really have no reason to be up behind it because when they interview people, it be the head coach besides the players.
excuse me.
So people will forget him that
Yeah.
he even there after a while.
Um.
But kudos to the former William and Mary grad that hired him, the Pittsburgh coach.
Oh, he from William and Mary? I had no
What's
idea.
his name?
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
Had no idea.
he's William
Go
and Mary
go
Trump.
go Tribe. Um.
That's hilarious.
um. Yeah. So
Yeah, so
that
that burnt my biscuits.
that's a whole sad situation, and like you said, hopefully that they get enough pressure to cut it down to a more respectable level of suspension.
At the best, I'll be like 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
I'm sad because Chris Bouchard, I'm starting to I used to like his commentary, but I'm starting to get to the point where I can't watch him, Shannon, Stephen A, because they just be over the top saying like with everything. Cause he was like, I agree with it. And I'm like, how do you agree with it? And I'm just coming from this perspective for him. He is like he's not shy about his faith and how he believe in Christ and Christian and all that. And I'm like, one of the principles of Christianity that at least that I believe that Jesus talked about, do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. Love mercy, holding back mercy, what you deserve. So how are you, even if you saying yes, he deserve a consequence for this, but you not trying to hold love mercy on saying you want to give him the fullest extent that they can do, besides kicking him out forever. I'm like,
Listen,
that don't align, but maybe your values around your faith don't go into how you commentate because he was the one that was, uh, oh, they should just, uh, what's his name at Michigan? She should be suspended for the rest of the year. And okay, yeah, I can agree with you. He probably needs to go to anger management, but I can see him being suspended for the rest of the season after the face mush with that man. But
right?
then you say, oh, he don't even think he should coach in the uh in the NCAA tournament, and I'm like, where's your mercy standard at? Like you just want people to be get the full extent of the law or the worst harsh consequence they can for everything. So
Mm,
that bothered me about him because he's talked about his faith and all, and I'd like to have a conversation with him about that. What else to align?
interesting, interesting. Next thing on our docket is another thing that you brought up to us, the Rockabye baby.
Let's get this straight, Brian. Hold on, cause I gotta read it. Make sure I
Oh,
get it right. Okay. Well, hold on. I want it written out. I want to see it. Well, it say lyrics. Why ain't I seeing the words? I should know it, right? But I want to. I don't want to hear it. I want to see the lyrics. Okay. Here we go. Okay. No, that ain't it. But listen to this. Rockabye baby on the treetops. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. Brian, why would you sing that to your child?
this is like sayings that don't make no sense that we we did before us.
Brian,
But
who
yeah,
put that
people
baby in the
gonna
tree? And then when the tree, you didn't get the wind come, you ain't get the baby out the cradle.
mm-mm, everything failed, baby and all.
Come on. And people singing, and when I let you die, it's okay and all. Like he'd be singing
Oh,
it so
Lord,
lovingly in the treetop when the wind blows. No, we do not. We need don't ever sing that song to your kid again. I don't think I've ever sung it to anybody. I don't know why I know it because I'm pretty positive my mom ain't never sang no baby nursery rhyme. But Brian, there is some underlying meaning, and I should have written it down. So I'm not gonna try to go into it, but he said that it was a underlying meaning to it for the people that created it. Just like the Humpty Dumpty and sitting on the wall and having a great fall.
oh my,
And they couldn't put him back together. So, but yeah, people, we gotta be careful when we sing to our kids because that's reckless. Oh, let's put the baby in the tree. Oh, the wind is blowing so hard. Okay, we're just gonna leave it up there, and so when the branch break, um, it's just the baby fall, and it'll be okay.
my goodness.
We better than this. Okay, maybe not. I shouldn't even say we. I don't know who we are. Somebody wouldn't because they made the song. We back on.
Go for it.
Mary, Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row. Brian, listen to this. The Mary in this rhyme apparently refers to Mary Tudor, aka Bloody Mary. Her garden is actually a cemetery, and the silver bells and cockle shells are torture devices. And the pretty maid legend says that this is a reference to a guillotine, which is the name, which was nicknamed the Maiden.
Yeah.
And let me go back to the one that I was telling you about, Humpty and the Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty, we all know it. This nursery rhyme isn't about a giant egg, as suggested in the illustration for children's book. It's actually a cannon used during the English Civil War. It was destroyed by cannonballs, fell into a marshland, and could never be repaired. Then the illustrator Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll randomly decided to illustrate the poem with a picture of a large egg, and the rest is history.
Oh my goodness.
So that's about a civil war. Nothing to do with this egg falling. And the last one that I'd like to share today is Ring Around the Rosie.
Oh no, not the Rosie.
A pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Everybody know that one. So according to this legend, this nursery rhyme is in reference to a 1665 Great Plague of London. The Ring Around the Rosie is supposedly a reference to bubonic plague rash. The pocket full of posies is described a handful of herbs people would carry to mask the smell of the sickness. And the last two lines are ashes, ashes, we all fall down. That's about dying in the ashes, and ashes about being the cremated bodies.
Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. Oh,
yes, you got your mic on.
My mic. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Got to be more careful.
So yeah, at this point, you better make up your own rhymes for your kids, and we can revisit this later with the 3 blind mice and London bridges falling down on our next episode of things that we do that we should probably stop doing.
Nursery rhymes that are questionable.
With questionable history, questionable past.
Goodness gracious. Speaking of questionable things, Russell Westbrook, not too fond of his latest nickname of
Brian,
what they call him, Westbrook.
Brian, stop shooting brick. Did you see yesterday?
The game was on.
I didn't watch the game, but I saw 2 highlights. He shot a brick 3, came back. I don't know if it was back to back, but whoever clipped it came back and shot an air ball so bad. Austin Reeves almost got hit by it. You know how you go because somebody shoot, you go to rebound.
Right.
And then the ball came at him so fast, he kind of ducked, flinched. At this point, I know that you're trying to, like somebody on one of them places, it was like, oh, you got to try to rehab his image at least. You're trying to trade him. You want him to have some value. But at this point, I don't think he is mentally there and he's not coming back.
No, I think that's obvious. I think mentally he is checked out a long time ago because, like you said, he is putting up shots that are just
atrocious.
It's like he just throwing them up there. It's not.
It's almost like he ain't never played before. He reminds you of this is what it is. When
Space Jam, when they took
his mojo has been stolen, and he better go find the monsters. Cause his mojo has been taken, and cause you remember how Charles Barkley them couldn't shoot or nothing.
Yes, he couldn't even. Larry Johnson couldn't even put the water in his mouth from the water bottle.
Yeah, His mojo been stolen, and I don't know that he gonna get it back.
In fact,
It's the
he
Moon
is ex-
Stars or what are they called?
the Monstars. He is
Monstar.
exactly like Patrick when Patrick shot that free throw and shot it completely over the goal. That's what this reminds me
I
of.
mean, he is embodying that. It's
I'm
sad, but stop shooting bricks.
I'm surprised nobody has made that correlation yet.
I don't know, but
Maybe because
I am
this generation is used to that computer version.
that 10,000 hour long thing LeBron did.
Yes, and not the Monstars.
Oh, they didn't steal the mojo, did they?
He tried to steal LeBron and keep him in the computer, but other than that, no.
Yeah, he should have. They should have stayed along the lines of the mojo stealing. That was an important part of that movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know what other than just going and working out for teams. I don't know what he's gonna do to get somewhere different after this year.
Well, after next year, he got that $47 million. I don't know what the Lakers gonna do. They can't. They can waive him and just do what they did with Luau Ding and stretch out his contract, but you just about to get off the Luau Ding contract because we've been paying him $8-9 million here there, and he ain't played for us. People I don't even remember he played for us, and so don't do that with this contract, and then let him go somewhere else and play. Um,
I
he
completely
won't
forgot
be
that y'all
back.
was
I know
still.
that much.
I ain't forget he played there, but it's been a while since he
hmm
played for
This
the
is
Lakers.
last year that they getting that off the books. They had $9
Mhm.
million just wrapped up that they couldn't use because they owed it to him and they stretched it out. Plinko done made a fine mess and he better figure it out. Cause some rumors have it that they might be letting him go. But Jenny Bush is trying to run this program to the ground like her brother did. Or she gonna let the Rambuses do it? I don't know.
Well, maybe they can all get it figured out in the next handshake line.
You you think we'll figure? Well, we'll go to that in a second. All I wanted to say about the handshake line, I think it should be done away with. What's the point? That's not sportsmanship.
It's literally just one more thing that they've done for years that people just feel like you need to do. And
But it's not sportsmanship.
no, I understand. I agree with you. I feel the same way.
No, I'm
But
just
it's
saying
just
it's not
unnecessary.
sportsmanship. What are we doing it for? Good game. Well,
Mm,
the other team that lost don't want to hear that.
mm-mm.
Most of
And
the kids,
don't want to say it.
and so America, stop it.
You
I
just
stopped shaking
asking.
hands because people nasty, and y'all saw what I saw in 2019 in March when the crazy happened.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I also stopped shaking hands because when I did my homework and found out why the shaking hands started, I was like, this is stupid. You know why people shake hands, Brian?
Mm-mm.
It was a way to show that I didn't have a weapon. That you weren't gonna try to shoot me or something when we met for whatever reason. So we shook hands and you could see that that I ain't had nothing in my hand and I was like, why are we still shaking hands? I don't think nobody it was a form of greeting, but it was more for me to make sure you ain't had no gun or no knife or nothing and trying to take me out when we met.
You know, I
So
think.
we need to get rid of the shake hand line. This has nothing to do with Howard, Jawan Howard situation.
But I mean,
But
but if you want to bring that situation into it, not having the handshake line would alleviate situations from that like that from happening. Because I think a lot of that came from just uh being upset and being emotional and
in the ceremony of let's shake hands.
yeah,
Now
right.
it's gonna look bad if I don't do it. So then we don't have to talk about how older. What was that? The Detroit Pistons. They didn't show no. Why would I want to shake your hand? You just beat me.
not only did they not shake hands, they left the court early and walked by the Bulls bench and didn't even acknowledge them on their way out.
But I just lost.
Oh,
I
I
can be a
understand.
sore loser. I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with the 1 or 2 guys that might be okay with shaking hands with somebody, but I don't think it should be forced. Which at this point is like a rule, a non-spoken rule, that after the game you get in a line and walk and hit people's hands. Which is, again, with this virus out here, we should probably stop touching each other as much. Brian, I'm giving you a heads up. Another variant is coming. A sub variant is going buck wild in China.
Yes, I saw this.
And a couple people gonna come here and then it's gonna be here. So y'all don't put these stop listening to everything. Keep your mask on. If you social distance, I'm telling you, it's too soon. It's too soon. It's too soon. Did you see what they was talking about real quick?
What time is it?
LeBron, go sit down somewhere. Talking about free Kyrie.
Oh, yeah, because he's able to come and sit at the games and but he can't play.
Come on. Kyrie can free himself by doing one thing.
Yes, get vaccinated.
The end.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the shaking hands should go. And just stop shaking hands, period. And
what time is it?
Get rid of this hand shaking line, because nobody want to do it.
Right.
Just do it because you've been taught to do it. It has no value.
Well, everyone, we are here. It is the week that many basketball fans look forward to all year long. First week of the NCAA tournaments.
When is it? Thursday?
Games start on Wednesday, the playing games.
We ain't counting that mess.
And then, yes, Thursday and Saturday, I believe, for the men, and Friday, Sunday for the women. So, yeah, we are here. It is time. And let the ball fall where it may. And as always, I'm one of your hosts, Brian Mackay, and I am with
Keep Hope Alive Davis.
And this has been the Mac and T Show podcast. Thank you for listening.
This is the Mac and T Show. This is the Mac and T Show. We talk movies and TV shows, sports and world news, coasting like on a world cruise. Hosted by Brian Mackay and T Davis. Yeah. You can't tame us. We're going to the top, we're becoming famous.
What time is it?
It's time for the Mac and T Show.
What time is it?
I said it's time for the Mac and T Show.